It was just about the size of a school bus. It looks kind of like a drone, but it was just way too big. It was like about 40 feet by 40 feet and had lights on all four ends, and it was hovering but not making any noise. I right away knew this was something unusual, very unusual. It's Friday night, about 12:40 at night. I'm coming home from work at the TV show I produce, On Patrol Live, and I'm driving into Montclair, and all of a sudden, right over the horizon, I see what looks like the full moon. Only it can't be the full moon because the full moon was 2 weeks ago. And all of a sudden, the moon is starting to move to my left, and it's heading towards me. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, no, it's not the moon. Maybe it's a plane? And no, it doesn't look anything like a plane. It's way too big, and it's way too low in the sky, and it's the middle of the night. Then I think maybe it's a helicopter. No, it's not a helicopter. Then suddenly it gets closer, and it's hovering right over the trees, and it looks like, I guess, an enormous drone. I'm not even sure what I've never seen anything like it. It's just a drone on steroids. It was just about the size of a school bus, hovering about 150 feet over the trees, and I can't keep my eyes off it, yet I want to take a picture. So I jump out of the car, to get a better look at it, and I'm also hoping that someone else is there, but it's like late at night, there's no other cars on the road. I pull over, get out of my car, it's now hovering right over the trees, and then I realize I should take a picture. I reach back into my car, grab my phone, and as I come back out of my car with my phone, I go up to take a picture, and it starts immediately zooming away, almost like it had seen what I was trying to do. No sound. I did not hear anything. And I don't even know if it's a drone. It had lights on it, which is weird because when I saw it in the distance, it was all white. But when it got closer and started hovering, there were green and red lights. And I'm like, it looks kind of like a drone, but it was just way too big. It was like about 40 feet by 40 feet and had lights on all four ends, and it was hovering but not making any noise. I've seen plenty of drones. I'm also an experienced birder. I've been bird watching since 4th grade. I'm the president of the Montclair Bird Club. I know how to look in the sky. I know how to identify things. So to me, it's not like I'm this like amateur sky gazer. This was like, I right away knew this was something unusual, very unusual. I'm looking up in the sky, and this is like nothing I've ever seen before. And the size is what really spooked me. Like this is the enormity of this object. It was the enormity of this object combined with the fact that it was, looking at my watch, 12:43 in the morning, made me think this is something that is bizarre. The next morning, I look up, who do I call? That's the big mystery is when you see something that you don't know what it is, who do you call? Like, it's not like you go into Yellow Pages and like UFO spottings. You know, it's like, I had no idea who to call, but as a journalist, I knew, all right, probably the FAA would be the first choice. So I called the FAA, leave them a message. They still have not responded. I even called a second time 2 days later, still no answer. Called the FBI, still no response. And in the meantime, I posted what happened. I posted my experience on Facebook, and then all of a sudden, like 2 days later, that's all you're hearing about are these drones. I never felt like this was a UFO. To me, my first thought was like, this is some sort of weird, like, military secret aircraft experiment kind of thing. Like, that was my first thought. What do I think should happen? I would just like the government to be a little more open about what's going on here, because it's scary. You got stuff flying at night in the sky over, like, you know, a very highly populated area. You want to at least have a little bit of like transparency and let us know that, you know, we have nothing to worry about. Because